Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Adley LaForce reporting from the sidelines.
Assisted by.
And Greg, we saw some turnover this summer on the Mavs training staff.
Yes, some talk of internal disagreements in that department. The importance of great teamwork in this league, not just limited to the players in the locker room.
And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
Stolen by Knipple. Miller with a wide open look. Misses the three. Nowitzki outside. Back to Nash. Here's the three. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki.
And the jump shot of Nash. Poetry in motion. A super efficient shooter from downtown.
And stolen by Nash. And that's Con Knipple with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Nowitzki. That one bounces around and comes back out.
Fading away. He makes that shot harder than it needs to be.
The putback. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, that's a smart play. Taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Out left to the wing. Three-pointer. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Personal foul.
And guys, as soon as you start going over and through a rebounder, you're probably going to get whistled for over the back.
Yeah, you can get away with a little bump in the back, but as soon as you lean that much on him, you're going to get called for the foul.
And so it's Charlotte with it, following the miss by Steve Nash. Here's Knipple. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Strong work inside by Knipple, proving he's more than just a jump shooter.
Nash with no one around. Bridges with the board. Charlotte trailing. To the paint. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
Pass to Finley. Back to Nash. Stolen by Ball. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Steve Nash. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, outside, Ball takes the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Pass to Nowitzki. Puts up a three. Knipple with the rebound. Inside. Charlotte moving it around. .51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Back to Ball. Connects from three-point range.
So often, LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing end.
Pass to Finley. Fades back. Not enough on that one as it misses. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Knipple. No good. Shot missing. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first. And he makes that one.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And he gets the bucket. Knipples got his second bucket of the game to go.
So lethal off the catch. Knipple is good at just finding space and then timing it quickly.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. It's Charlotte. They lead by... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on it.
Nowitzki.
And the basket by Nowitzki. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
The Mavericks trailing. To the middle. Here's LaFrentz. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. To the inside. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Good creation by Ball off that pick and roll. He can find clever ways to beat the defense.
Nash outside. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
That's to Van Exel. And it's Nash in the corner. Down low. LaFrentz. Bridges with the steal. Here's Miller. His fourth shot, his fourth miss. Still looking for his touch tonight. And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
Back to Bridges. Miller right side. There's the lob to Bridges. Oh, and here comes Nash all alone. No good on that one. Hornets trail by 3. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot.
And Nash, terrific at shooting while in rhythm. Effortlessly just switching between the dribble to the pull-up.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
And so Don Nelson calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Both teams deciding to change it up. On defense, the Mavericks. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
Mavericks foul. Charles Barkley. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Sexton. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And someone like Sexton, well, all scorers really, they have to get points around the hoop.
Back to Johnson. Pass to Nahara. Now, here is Bell. Kicks it out to Johnson. On the clock. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looks good from here.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Personal foul.
Defenders going at Colin Sexton should be mindful of his prowess in the paint, Greg. He's pretty tricky.
That's right, Kevin. We tend to think of guards like Sexton as perimeter pests, but Collins a real plus when he's in close. Let him slip by you, and it's a deuce.
No good from Bell. Inside. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. 8 points for him.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Bradley. Pass to Naharov. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Hornets with the lead. Sexton on the wing. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And here's Bell from the arc. Tips it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Naharaz got the game tied up here for Dallas. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And so Don Nelson calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Here's Nash. And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
Knueppel wide open, and he fires. The baseline jumper goes down. 6 points for Con Knueppel. Wide open. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far. And one thing about Van Exel, that man is never scared to shoot it, especially from deep.
To the inside. Bridges.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Nash. Missed inside. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Hornets shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
A top 5 pick in the draft, Con Knueppel is a polished rookie. Can play either guard spot. I love his future.
Pass to Knueppel. Good. And Miller gets the assist. And that's 12 points for Con Knueppel.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Sexton.
Now in for Charlotte, number 31.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Here's Nowitzki. 8 points for him. Fades. Out to Nash. And a miss there on the triple. Hornets leading by 5. And stolen by Nash. Pass to Nowitzki. Back to Nash. Now Finley. 5 to shoot. Here's Nowitzki. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
A mid-range specialist. All Nowitzki needs is a little wiggle room, and he's going to let it go.
Shots good by Miller.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two.
Number 14, Musa Diamante.
Nash drawing the double team. Here's Nowitzki. And that one's on target from the wing.
Assist from
Nowitzki's got 4 points in the quarter.
Tremendous offensive output tonight. Dirk getting stuck with the statue.
And Sexton slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. To the paint. Pass to Diamante. Shot clock at 5. To the middle. Here's Knipple. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Checking in for the Mavericks, number 45, Rafe LaFrance.
Mavericks trailed by 4. And here is Van Exel. Off target with his 3. It's intercepted. A 3 ball. They get it back. Back to Nowitzki. Ooh, Dirk making his presence felt.
Such a presence inside with the ball in his hands. Good decision by Dirk to put it right back up.
Sexton up top. He has 6. It's good. 14 points for Con Knipple.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket. How much fun would it be to play with Steve Nash? I mean, man, I know everybody who can score it or shoot it would love to be on the floor with him.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's ready to talk things through with them.
Substitution on the board.
Nash outside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants the rock, especially near the rim.
And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Here's Ball. Lays it up and banks it in. Ball's got 5 now.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jump.
With 1 on the clock. And Ball slams it in.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a bounce.
A timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And so Don Nelson calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Hornets lead. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Charlotte leading by 5. Miller up on top. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Steven Exel. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Down low. In the corner, Kneppel with it. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Mavericks trailed by 7. Nash with it. Now guarded by Ball. Now Nowitzki hits the outside fadeaway. Nowitzki's got 20.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Steven Exel. 3-pointers off the mark. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the 4th quarter. And there it is for him. And the Hornets lead by 7.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore, keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Inside. Out to Bridges. Outside Ball. Lock at 6. Here's Miller. A huge 2-handed slam.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
Shoots the 3. The 3 goes down.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Bridges. Now Miller. Now Ball. Lets it go. Now here's Bridges. Another chance. Ooh, he laid it up and in.
And we knew LaMelo was talented coming into the league. What we didn't quite know was how much of an impact he would make in terms of controlling the flow of the game.
And there's a minute 45 left here in the 4th quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Nowitzki outside. Takes the 13-footer. Yeah, that goes in.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
Well, look, he's got the length to get that shot off regardless of how the defense plays.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. .109 left in the 4th quarter. Count it. Nails it from 14.
Assisted.
Man, did they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
No question. He has the combination of size and skill to get his shot in these high-leverage moments.
Now the Mavericks moving it up.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Here's Ball. Hit by Bridges. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Van Exel. Nash with it. And it's Miller picking him up. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Both shots good from the strike.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
Fourth personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, LaMelo Ball.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
Yeah, and when your opponent knows what you need, it makes it that much harder to find an opening.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Ball. Good. So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. What a shot they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are